When I went to Paris a few weeks ago, I was so excited to have some French onion soup. What I was served was so disappointing and not the flavor I was used to or expecting. So when I got back, I decided to just make my own. I started by slicing all of my onions and letting them saute, and moved on to making my beef stock. Brushed my bones in tomato paste, let them roast until they were caramelized. In the meantime, chopped up some carrot, onion, celery, and let those roast as well. As everything was slightly charred, I transferred it over to a heavy bottom pot, put in all my roasted veggies, some peppercorn, parsley, bay leaves, and topped it with cold water. I let that simmer on very low for about 8 hours while I got started on my baguette. I combined some flour, water, yeast, and salt. I let that rise for about 5 hours before turning it out and roughly shaping it into 2 loaves. I didn't need them to be perfect. Then popped them in the oven until they were golden brown. I then sauteed my onions for about 2 hours. And once they were caramelized, I added in some brandy, some flour, gave that a couple minutes before ladling in my warm broth. That was simmering and getting to know each other. I grated some Gruyere cheese, sliced my baguette, popped it in the oven with some thyme until it was crisp, and it was time to assemble. Poured in my onion soup, topped it with some Gruyere, my toasted bread, another layer of cheese because there's never enough cheese. Let that boil in the oven for a few minutes. This turned out absolutely divine.